Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's good, y'all? It's your girl, the Polished Lady, checking in. So I wanted to do a quick recap video of my experience on Pop the Balloon. I am the Polished Lady, aka Keela, on the episode, and I'm on episode 57. Shout out to my cast and crew, and also shout out to Tuco for having me on. That's the homie. So yeah, let's get into it. When I first arrived, I arrived at 3:00, right? We arrived at 3:00. We signed in, and then we were immediately asked to sit behind the banner so that the people who are participating into the Pop the Balloon experience don't get to see us, which is cool, right? Because, they get the first impression once they walk out. Also, a lot of people ask me this question. I was the one who was popping the balloon. I wasn't the one walking out. I feel like the people who get to hold the balloons hold the most power, because you are deciding whether or not you want to continue to engage in this conversation, or find love with that person, if that's what you're into. So we got there at 3. If y'all know me, y'all know I'm a snack girly, like big back for real, but not really. I keep some snacks in my car, but this particular day, after I ran through my Skittles, I was hungry. So I walked to whatever the fish place was nearest and dearest to my heart and got me some chicken wings and a piece of fish and some fries. And I shared my fries with the girls, but I told them I couldn't give them no chicken. That's a fact. After we did that, Trill Nation Films, shout out to him. He came through with a piece of paper, basically letting us know all of the rules and stipulations for participating in Pop the Balloon. And I can tell a lot of the girls didn't read the rules and regulations, because they were definitely breaking the rules. I'm not going to tell you what the rules were. I'm just saying I read it thoroughly, because before I sign my name, what am I getting myself into? You got to think like that. So definitely did that. Let's see. I'm trying to get to the good parts. Okay. And then next up, there was a girl. She did show up, but then we found out that we were both cancers, and homegirl told me that she had just been released from the penitentiary. Yeah, she did. She, however, was not on the episode, but baby girl did say that. I was like, oh, yeah, fresh out, looking for love, trying to find love in Indianapolis. That's what we're doing. That was pretty interesting. Now, let's get into getting closer and closer to the show, right? DJ 25K, he was spinning on the 1s and 2s. Really enjoyed his mix. Like I said, Naptown has the best DJs in the world. I'll say it again. Naptown has the best DJs in the world, and you can't tell me otherwise, for sure. Let's see. One thing I will say that I really didn't like is there was a girl who, I guess she was in charge of making sure that the people who participated in the show were fed. However, I guess because I bought my chicken before everybody else bought their chicken, I guess I wasn't worthy of getting chicken from the show. But like I said before, I'm a big back kind of girl, and I eat a lot. So I wanted my chicken too, but she didn't give it to me. So that sucked. Moving forward, we're getting closer and closer to the show. We begin to do the lineup. I could tell from behind the scenes that it was already, getting wild. Like, but wild. Okay, cut water wild. I ain't never had no cut water, and I don't intend on trying it, because if that's what it's going to do to you, change your whole personality, change how you see things and how you talk and all the rest of this stuff, I don't want it. Respectfully. I didn't have a drop of alcohol, no marijuana influence, none of that when I was on the show. So maybe my energy was a little bit dry. I've heard comments saying that, that I was a little mean on the show. Also, when I seen that the episode had dropped, I watched it live. So in the comments, a lot of people were either calling me Whoopi Goldberg or they were calling me Venus because I had on my tennis skirt and my tennis shirt set. So FYI, it had my branding on it. I am a business owner, so at all times we gonna get this content, but you also gonna research me, look me up, which people have been doing. So shout out to those who were watching Pop the Balloon and they definitely reached out to me. And on top of that, shout out to y'all for following me and showing me love, because y'all in my DMs right now as we speak, and I appreciate you. Moving forward, let's get on to the show. The show was crazy. The show was wild. Think of an expedited dating show, but also think of it's like the 20 versus 1, but it was like how many girls? 1, 2, 3, me, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so it was 7 girls, and all 7 of these girls, including myself, are potentially trying to find love with whatever guy comes out. You heard what I said. With whatever guy comes out. That was crazy. Also, they give you this cute little toothpick. This is my memorabilia. Y'all can see. This is my toothpick from the show. This is my memorabilia about when I was on Pop the Balloon. I kept it. Yes, I did. I get the popping balloons immediately. First off, the guy who came out first, he was talking about, he wants a homebody. I'm not a homebody. Most of my business requires me to be out late working hours that, a lot of men, they can't handle. They can't deal with. And respectfully, I understand. I'm just not your person. And let's skip all the way to the part where everybody's been talking about the most. Yes, I didn't pop my balloon on this guy who said he wants a hustler. He said he was an entrepreneur, and he had a Gervonta Davis shirt on. But dun dun dun, if you haven't watched the episode, you probably should go watch the episode, because now I'm about to spill the beans, spill the tea, okay, on you, so you know what's going on. This man said, and I quote, "I can't look you in your eye because I got a girlfriend." Why are you on Pop the Balloon, sir? It really didn't matter anyways, because newsflash, everybody, I am off the market. Sorry to pop your balloon. Sorry to break your heart. I'm definitely off the market. Not looking to be chose anywhere else. Okay? Until further notice, I'll let y'all know about that. It was cool. One thing I can say about watching the live comments and stuff, I seen a lot of people saying that the lineup was trash, something that you guys don't know, but me as a business owner and entrepreneur and a person who's constantly on social media, what you don't realize about, what Too Cold does is he has to curate a list and depending on people is hard. You know what I'm saying? Because if people say they're going to do something and then they don't do what they say they were going to do, that makes it harder for him to do his job. So while you guys are complaining, talking about the lineup was trash and the lineup was this, well, you show up and you do what you say you're going to do the first time, so we won't have to experience what you call a trash lineup. Okay? And I can't speak to anyone else, but I definitely can speak to my caliber. Like, baby, you wish you was this polished. I'm the most polished lady. That's why I'm the polished lady. I was the most polished person on Pop the Balloon ever in history. And you can quote me. You could take that to the bank with it. You could tell Too Cold, and Too Cold will affirm and agree. Yeah, for real. But that was all I really had to say about the experience. Shout out to Tuco and the rest of the Tuco crew for having me. It was a interesting experience. Would I do it again? Probably not, because it was really tedious and time consuming, and so I just wanted to support the homie. I also thought it would be an interesting experience. Did it. Pretty cool. If you guys are looking to find love and you're serious about it, please, he's on tour right now, so watch the rest of the show, so when he comes back into Indianapolis, you guys can possibly sign up. I don't know, possibly sign up. Like I said before, this is your girl, the Polished Lady. Thank you for checking in with me. This was my recap of my experience being on Pop the Balloon episode 57. Lock in, stay polished. Peace.